Tucker Carlson just blamed the 4th of July mass shooting on mostly women who never stop lecturing men about their so-called male privilege. He also blamed social media, porn, video games, and government-endorsed weed.
Look at Robert Bobby Crimo. Would you sell a gun to that guy? Does he seem like a nutcase? Of course he does. So why didn't anyone raise an alarm? Well, maybe because he didn't stand out. Maybe because...
Yeah, it's because everyone has like pink hair now and face tattoos. That's why. The real problem is society, but not in the way that you think, because society is at fault, obviously. But not in the way that you think, but because too many people are expressing themselves in unique ways.
Because there are a lot of young men in America who suddenly look and act a lot like this guy. It's not
Famously, only dudes with fucking red hair are doing mass shootings. You know, famously. Only those guys are the ones who are violent and criminal. And not like just, you know, regular ass fucking white dudes who listen to the Tucker Carlson broadcast. If we were to look at what's wrong with fucking society, if we were to look at like pound for pound, like what is a clear indication, a common uniting factor in the overwhelming majority of fucking mass shootings and school shootings, I'm willing to bet that Tucker Carlson would probably come up in a non-insignificant amount of times, okay? A significant amount of times Tucker Carlson and his ideology will come up. I can name just El Paso and Uvalde, or not Uvalde, sorry. I can name El Paso and Buffalo. Immediately comes to mind. Tucker Carlson's great replacement theory that he has normalized and has publicized time and time again in the most popular fucking broadcast, Synagogue Shooter 2. Interesting. Real fucked up that Tucker Carlson post-mortem is just like roasting one of his fucking fans, most likely.
Attack is just true. Like Crimo, they inhabit a solitary fantasy world of social media, porn, and video games. They're high on government-endorsed weed. Smoke some more. It's good for you. They're numbed by the endless psychotropic drugs that are handed out in every school in the country by crackpots posing as counselors. And of course, they're angry. They know that their lives will not be better than their parents.
That's awesome. Video games, pornography, weed. That's great. That's the problem. Dude, this is why social conservatives will always get fucking owned in the end, okay?
They'll be worse. That's all but guaranteed. They know that. They're not that stupid. And yet the authorities in their lives, mostly women, never stops lecturing them about their so-called privilege. You're male, you're privileged. Imagine that. Try to imagine an unhealthier, unhappier life than that. So a lot of young men in America are going nuts. Are you surprised? And by the way, a shockingly large number of them have been prescribed psychiatric.
Bro, this is awesome. Overwhelming majority, with the exception of like 1 or 2 fucking mass shootings throughout the history of mass shootings, is committed by men, specifically white men. Women are responsible for this. Tucker Carlson's like, nah, hold up. I mean, this is the inverse of like what liberals do all the time, which is like, women don't do mass shootings. You know what I mean? This is literally the exact opposite side of that same dumbass argument that they like shit on all the time. Did Tucker Carlson come out as an incel? Brother, what do you mean come out? Like, you think he just came out? He's been an incel, dude. It's wild. This is so funny, dude. I love this.
So a lot of young men in America are going nuts. Are you surprised? And by the way, a shockingly large number of them have been prescribed psychotropic drugs by their doctors, SSRIs or antidepressants. And that would include quite a few mass shooters. And keep it...
Most fucked up part of me is how he's basically validating all the 4chaners. Yeah, it's such a funny thing. It's like when conservatives do that thing where they're like, oh, the Confederates, you know, the racist demon rat party, right? But then they also are wearing like Confederate garb, Confederate gear, while simultaneously shitting on like the racist Democrats or whatever. It's like, bro, you're literally saying that like, you know, it's not the men that are at fault here. It's the women, right? And it's the video game and porn. And it's like, but this dude came from a space where like the incels unironically believe that as well. Like, you're creating more shooters like this while simultaneously talking about it, like while simultaneously vilifying one of your fucking stands, you know, or the attitude that your stands have. You're vilifying your stands while normalizing their background.